Aloha and shalom. We're here for the full moon activation, everybody. I happen to be on the go. I'm right by the library right now in town. And it's popping. I don't know what's going on. The library's like really popular today. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and begin shuffling while all of you tune in. So it is the full moon activation, meaning we're at the third part of a 4-part cycle, right? Because next week we have the final quarter where we integrate everything that we're going to receive from this point on through the week. Through the week ahead, okay? So the full moon is a time to use all of your energy, your fullest presence, to receive the incoming information, to fully take in what is being revealed. Remember, this is all metaphorical. So when it's a full moon, it means full light, full illumination. So what is being illuminated right now? This is the time of the month, the time of the lunar cycle where you should feel like, wow, I'm really getting some clarity, okay? I would say at the time of the first quarter, which was last week, that's a time where people start to get really antsy and they start to question things and wonder why they don't have the full picture. And then a week later, here we are, full moon, a lot of information comes in, a lot is revealed. That means a lot of clarity, which can come with a lot of feelings. It can come with like, you know, frustration for what is being revealed. It can come with relief for what is being revealed. But the point is, the full moon is the time of revelation. So don't give in to all those feelings. As soon as they come up, you're going to start to feel, you know, the information is revealed. You're going to start to feel all kinds of things. And it's about really just allowing those feelings to come up. It's not a time to decide what to do about those feelings, how to act on those feelings. No, it's just a time to simply feel and be present with what is being revealed. And as usual, feel free to share the video now while we're live. Get your friends in the portal, somebody who could use some guidance, or maybe somebody who could help further activate this message, this power. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and shuffle the Hebrew cards, which work the same way as the tarot. They look like this. And if you don't want to share the video now while we're live, feel free to share it at the end. The recording will be here, and it will also go to YouTube and Instagram, Rebecca Magic, later today. So if you want to share the recording with someone who's not on Facebook, it will be there later today. So thank you in advance, archetypes, faces of the one, for this message that's about to come through. We are grateful for this guidance as we prepare to have our situation illuminated so that we can see maybe things we haven't been seeing in the last couple weeks. We're ready for that revelation. So thank you in advance. Beginning first with the tarot. The current challenge and gift, also known as the focus, what we're moving away from, which has brought us here. Why we're experiencing this, and then a Hebrew letter, main ally of the week. All right, let's go. Beginning with the challenge and gift. Right off the bat, we have a major arcanum card. As usual, we have the Magician. If this is the current focus, what does that mean? It's a time to create magic. It's a time to really get in touch with who you are as a being of purpose. What is that purpose, and how can you take proper actions right now to put that purpose in motion? Okay, if this is the challenge and gift, it's saying, okay, and this is in regard to right now. Okay, what we are experiencing right now. Because the Magician is always present. These characters, they're just representing laws that are always in operation. But why is the Magician coming up right now in the position of the challenge and gift, or the focus? It's a time to really get aligned with our purpose and our mission, but in order to fully do that, in order to fully operate as that, we need to get really clear. So what this is telling us right now is, as we're at the time of this full moon and things are being illuminated, take it in and apply it to your purpose. Everything that's being revealed to you, consider it in reflection of your purpose. Okay, so as things arise, you're going to go, oh wow, I'm seeing the truth about this situation. I'm seeing the truth about myself. I'm seeing the truth about this person. Remember, it's for a reason. Everything is for a reason, right? Nothing is outside of divine order. So immediately apply what is being revealed to you to this idea that, you know, this is happening so that you can be more of who you are and do more of what you came here to do. For example, let's say something is revealed to you about someone, about their character, and it's an unexpected twist. Okay, you didn't expect that about this person. What you want to do, according to this message, is you want to immediately apply that understanding to your purpose. I'm being revealed this so that I can better understand how to work with my environment, my reality right now, to be who I came here to be. So for example, if you didn't apply that message, instead you might be revealed this thing about this person's character and you might have all sorts of feelings about it. Rather than allowing that to be a chaotic and messy process, the message here is, take in everything you're receiving and trust right off the bat that it's for our highest good as one. Trust that what you are being revealed is going to support the shaping of the next version of yourself so that you can do what it is really you came here to do. Okay, so our feelings can be chaotic and messy, but what we're being gifted here is this divine message of how to move through this process as things are revealed to us at the time of this full moon, how to move through the messiness of those feelings that could arise, and how to kind of organize those feelings into categories that are just going to help us be productive, help us be who we actually came here to be, without having to waste so much time trying to figure it out on our own. Okay, so we're being given this message of guidance so that we can handle things in a more of an organized and even divine manner. What we're moving away from. Six of Wands, it's fire, it's the card of victory and success. Okay, so we're moving away from this sort of high, this like, I'm on my high horse, literally, right? Like he's on the horse. And everything is perfect, and you know, everything is already as it should be. I already have everything I need to move forward. No, it's a time to humble ourselves, to kind of come off of that high horse and go, okay, how can I get really specific right now with my mission? As things are revealed to me, how can I show that I am truly adaptable on my path, right? Because adaptability is our greatest strength, is our greatest intelligence even. How can I show that I am willing to integrate new information as it arises to the plan? How can I stay humble right now and trust that there's more information that needs to be revealed so that I can actually be victorious? Okay, the high that you may have felt in recent weeks, which also is a result of like all of that the shift in seasons, also the eclipses, right? That's like a lot of high energy. I need to be aware that that high is not the be all and end all. That high is not it, is not everything. That high is just an energy that I'm cultivating to continue to fuel the fire as that fire in me arises in right timing, in divine timing. The high is not it. The high is just the energy that you build so that when you come to a point of needing to act on your purpose, you have that energy in you. You have that fire in you to see it through. Okay, so we're coming off of our high horse. We're coming into a space of humility, trusting that there's more in there we are, to our path. So we can adapt based on this information that's being revealed to us, apply it to our mission, our plan of action, and proceed. Okay, and we have another 6. We have the 6 of Swords, and this is at the very bottom, and this is the foundation card. It's like, why are we going through this? Why am I going through this moments of needing to humble myself to really stay open to receive new information so that I can move forward in a more precise manner as far as my mission. Why are we going through that? So that we can be on the other side, so that we can finally be out of a place of feeling stuck, so that we can come out of a place of limitation. Because when we're on our high horse, we're kind of in this place of, I think everything's already done. All right, we're in a position to be knocked off of that horse as soon as we think that's it. That's not it. That's not it. And actually being in that space with a lack of humility is what keeps us limited and keeps us in the old chaos. But we really want to come out of that and be on the other side and be in a truly new chapter in our lives. And what we're being shown is that the way to do that is to really honor who we are and what we came here to do above all else. Stay super connected to our mission, be very dedicated to the path in such a way that when new information is revealed, full moon, we're going to be so dedicated to our path that we're not going to allow the ego to get attached to what our old vision of success was, even if that was last week. We're going to remain humble and trust that as new information comes in, we're going to be so dedicated to our path and the path of bringing heaven to earth, the path of embodying compassion and doing acts of goodness. We're going to be so dedicated to that path that when information comes up that conflicts with what we thought yesterday was true, we're going to adapt. And we're going to be willing to do what we must to remain on that path. The nun again? Are you kidding me? The nun has been coming up again and again for weeks. It's the Hebrew letter nun, N-U-N. You can search it. The hieroglyphic symbol for the nun is a seed. The nun is also connected to Arcanum 14, Temperance, aka the alchemist. It's all about planting new seeds. So what does this ally of the week tell us? It tells us to be open to that newness. Remember that the pen is in your hand, yes, but that archetype of, that creator, that alchemist, that angel of temperance that is you having the pen in your hand, writing your script, that's a reflection of the greater one, right? Because you are a microcosm of the macrocosm. So in a way, you are the man with the pen in hand as a reflection of the greater man with the pen in hand. You follow me? Okay. So yes, you are writing the script, but you are at the will of the divine. You are in a field of law that you must respect because it is the fabric of reality. It's literally what you're made of. So you have to operate within that field of law. So while you have free will, you are still operating in the field of law, right? And I want to point out to you guys that Nun, letter 14, connected to Arcanum 14, 1, 4. 1 plus 4 is 5, which denotes that the original form is the Hierophant, okay? 5 is the first form, which evolves into 14, the angel of temperance, or the alchemist, or the nun, okay? So whenever you have a double-digit archetype, you want to reduce it to a single digit, and you get its first form, which it evolved into. So if 14 is the evolution of 5, 5 is the Hierophant, that's all about law. Again, what this is saying is you may have the pen in your hand, right? Nun, the alchemist, you're planting the seeds, but you still operate within that field of law. You still have to respect those laws and work with them, work as them. Okay? So you're on your path, the pen is in your hand, you're writing the script, you're here to serve that greater purpose. And so what we have to do is be willing to plant new seeds. Even though you might have been, yesterday, the day before, the past couple of weeks, writing the next chapter of your life, new information comes in, you got to erase, you got to refine, you got to revise. So how willing are you to do that as new information comes in? Because adaptability is key. It's the most important thing. It's more important than whatever script you were writing in the last couple of weeks, whatever you thought was coming, whatever you were writing. Adaptability is the most important thing. So when new information is revealed, how are you going to revise those chapters? That's what we need to pay attention to. Planting new seeds that are based in higher truth and not just your ego, not just your attachments, not just what you wanted to see happen. And this is the key thing they're saying. Even if you have been writing the script for the next chapter of your life these last couple weeks, these last couple months, whatever, Even if you thought you were writing them based on absolute truth, you were following your heart's guidance, it came from such a pure place, none of that matters. Because while that could be true, we're in this here now moment, in this present moment. And as new information comes in, the story needs to be revised, no matter how pure you thought your story has been written in the last couple weeks, no matter how pure your intentions have been. It's not a matter of purity. No one's questioning your ability to connect to your intuition. That is your own path. That's between you and the one. That's it. No one's saying that what you have been writing or what you have been intending, what you have been envisioning is wrong. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of adaptability and remembering that the only constant in life is change. And things are changing every day. So how sharp can you be? How on your toes can you be? How adaptable can you be? Willing to revise the script each day as new information comes in. That is the key right now. So remain the magician that you are. And as long as you are maintaining your position as the bridge between heaven and earth, meaning as long as you are continuing to stay focused on the light of compassion, which is our essence, and as long as you stay focused on doing acts that are going to bring that light of compassion into actualization in this world, if you are doing that every moment, then the world will spin around you harmoniously. Then everything will come to support that path. No matter how much everything changes all around you, you will remain rooted because you're on the path. You are that magician. See, he's the bridge between heaven and earth. That's you. And it's a man because it's denoting action. We have to take action in this world. We are already that light. We're here to bring it into actualization in this physical reality. So as long as you're committed to doing that every moment, what will happen is things will be a lot less chaotic. You will move through the inevitable changes with deep grace. Again, with the least amount of crisis, with the least amount of chaos, because you will be dedicated to a path that puts you in a frequency that is timeless, that's untouchable by the things of time and space. So stay in that timeless place, which, by the way, is the heart. It's the frequency of the heart. If you stay there in that vortex, which, what does that look like in this reality? It looks like you embodying the light of compassion and doing acts that are bringing it out, meaning doing acts of patience, acts of goodness, acts of sharing, acts of honesty, acts of modesty, right? When you act on any of the virtues, you are acting on the all virtuous light of compassion, which contains them all. And so long as you are in that space, you are in that space of the heart. And it's, again, untouchable by all matters of time and space. You literally reverse your aging process. Your cells begin to shift, to expand, to hold more light, to allow more light to pass through, meaning for that light to come into you and then be made into something on this earth, in this reality. So if you stay in that place of the heart, you're in a timeless frequency. You cannot be touched by the things of time and space. And it won't matter what changes around you because you will be, again, in that space. You'll be carried through the most crazy energies. And I'm saying anything that you hear being talked about right now, like apocalyptic fears and all these things, even those things, whatever they are, whatever fears you've got, cannot touch you when you stay in that space. Okay? But if you stay in your space of ego and you keep writing, you know, your script, despite all the incoming information that's supposed to be refining that script, then you've lost the plot. Then you've lost the plot. And then you remain in a space that can be affected by time and space and everything, you know, that could be, all that potential of reversing the aging process and enlivening your cells and all this, it becomes the opposite. And you suffer unnecessarily. So why do that? Let's remain open to the changes that are inevitable and put our energy into what actually matters, which is remaining on the path, staying connected to the light that we are, and doing acts of virtue that are going to bring that light into this world. That's all that matters. The details of how that's going to look, allow all that to change. You just be dedicated to your mission and allow everything to shift around that. So we have a 6, a 6, and we have the 1 right in between. And then, of course, we have the 14, which reduces to a 5. So we have a 1, we have a 5, 6, 6. play around with the numbers. Always pay attention to the numbers. Be the magician that you are. Stay humble. Trust that where you're wanting to go, you will not get there if you ignore the new information, if you fail to integrate the new information, if you fail to be adaptable. You're only prolonging the process of getting to where it is you really want to be. Okay? So to the degree that you remain adaptable and open, to the degree that you are able to continue to revise the script, will be equal to the degree that you arrive, to the time that it takes for you to arrive to that place you really want to be. Okay, so if where you want to be, you thought yesterday it was, this place or that, just let it go for a moment. We're at the time of the full moon. Just relax and stay open to the new information coming in, and trust that whatever you are revealed, you are meant to incorporate that into the script that you have been writing. And you will find that it is easier to stay open to doing that if you just remain humble and let go, let go, let go. The only thing that you should be attached to is the devotion to the divine plan of bringing heaven to earth, your commitment to the path of acting on the light of virtue, actualizing the light of your heart into this world. So happy full moon, Chag Sameach, if you're celebrating Passover. It's a powerful time, right? We have like Easter, the energy of the resurrection, the light returning, all this energy. So just connect to those themes in your heart, and the path to honoring what is happening in the world and within yourself will be shown. It will be made clear if you just simply desire in your heart to connect to the changes that are taking place, and you just say a prayer in your heart. I wish to consciously participate in this natural unfolding. I wish to align with the energies of the new and what is changing, so that I can release all resistance and be an organic participant in this most natural and beautiful process, which is unfolding within myself, all around me, in the stars. I want to connect to that, God. I want to connect to that. I want to be a part of that. I want to release any resistance I have in any part of my being, any cell that is resisting that. I want it to release that resistance so that I can fully open up and surrender to what is naturally unfolding here. And God, if there's any way that I can assist in this process, if there's any way that I can serve, to be a conscious servant in this great unfolding, bring it to me. Show me the door and allow me to open it, so that I can be the greatest servant. And remember, in order to serve in that way, I've got to release all resistance. So please release that resistance. Help me to release that resistance and open up to being the greatest servant and participant I can be in this beautiful unfolding. Thank you. Okay, no, you said you can't hear me. Well, hopefully you guys got to hear that prayer. I'm with you in it. We are here to release resistance to change, be as open to change as possible in ways that are going to serve all of us as one. So just make sure that you're setting that intention, you're remaining open to that, and the rest will be shown to you. The path will be shown to you. So thanks for being here with me and doing this work, you guys. Remember, I do have Royal Path 1, 2, and 3 available if you want to connect to these archetypes, if you want to connect to yourself in the deepest way. Please reach out. I would love to share my books with you, ship them to you from my hands to yours with a special bookmark for my collection. If you're wanting to drop in one-on-one and get a reading, please reach out to me, royalpathreadings@gmail.com, or DM me here, royalpathreadings@gmail.com. Next week, we'll do the final quarter activation, and we'll see, like, where did this work take us? Were we able to really take in all the new information this week? Did we remain adaptable and apply this new information to our script, revising it so that we can make sure we are serving the highest good of the one to the best of our ability? We're going to see next week. We're going to see how far we've come collectively. All right, you guys. Happy full moon. Chag Sameach. I'll see you next week.